The Evan Williams single barrel is about to be released nationwide for a short period of time. And is this a bottle that you need to be buying if you see it? Today, we're going to review it. Welcome back to another episode of Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we are reviewing the Evan Williams single barrel. Now, I'm sure everybody is familiar with Evan Williams. You know, they have the Bottle and Bond, which is a fantastic budget offering coming in that $20-ish range. They also have the Evan Williams 12-year. This is their age-dated bottle. It's distillery only. Kind of expensive, honestly, but I do enjoy the juice there. And then you got the Evan Williams single barrel as well. Now, this bottle used to be produced or distributed nationwide. Then they took it back and they made it Kentucky only. And when I was at the distillery this past month, they told me that they were going to be doing a nationwide distribution for a short period of time, probably throughout the end of the year. So if you're in the market for one of these, it's probably going to be making it out to a liquor store near you in the coming months. Now, I just got to say thank you so much to all the subscribers out there and everybody that has been interacting with me on the comments over the last year. I thoroughly enjoy making these videos, and as a small token of my appreciation, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a Weller Antique 107 and a John J. Bowman single barrel. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers, we are almost there, already over 1,700, so inching our way up there each and every day. So going to be giving both of these bottles away once we hit 2,000. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and get subscribed because we've got awesome content coming out each and every week. And this is a small token of my appreciation. Now, what do we know about this bottle? It's the mash bill is 78% corn, 12% rye, 10% malted barley. This is a single barrel put into oak in 2015, bottled in 2023. So it's about 7.5 years old. I think I paid like $49 for this. So again, $50 is what I paid. And when I've seen them online for like 40, and I think they used to be, closer to 30. So I was a little hesitant to pay $50 because this bottle is coming in at 86.6 proof, sub 90 proof. Can this bottle really be worth $50? I don't know. You never know. We'll find out. The Michter's Sour Mash, that's an 86 proofer. I'm actually pretty impressed with that bottle. So hopefully we can pull some good flavors out of this. Anyway, 7.5 years old. This is a single barrel. Wow. So on the nose, it's very sweet right up front, and you're getting a lot of like bready notes. And like in the form of bread, it's like almost like a honey graham cracker there. But a lot of sweetness is coming through, and you're also picking up a fair amount of like oak there on the nose, like a little bit of like charred oak. So I think that age of 7.5 years is shining through a little bit there on the nose. Not really getting any ethanol. It is only 86.6 proof. So, but I am pretty impressed with like how explosive the nose is for being only 86 proof. Anyways, let's see how it tastes. Off to the palate. Cheers. So just want to look at the legs. For 86 proof, it does coat the glass pretty well. And just looking at the color, it is like very light in color, but it's only 86 proof, but it is 7.5 years old. So right away up front, you're hit with a little bit of honey or like a thin amount of caramel there. And then there is a strong amount of like oak presence there, like peppery, rich oak spice there. So that's kind of dominating the mid palate. And then the finish, maybe you get a little bit more of like that honey or like a fruit cocktail syrup in there. Like there's no real fruits, to speak of. A little bit of cinnamon. You might be able to pick out like a hint of like a cherry skin there. It is very faint up front. But like speaking to the viscosity, nothing is going to be blowing you away here. It is only 86 proof. So it is relatively thin on the palate, relative to like 100 proofer. So that is something to note. The finish is pretty short. you're not really expecting too much here coming at 86 proof. But, the predominant, flavor that I'm taking away from this is definitely that oak in the mid palate. It's like a cinnamon peppery, like oak spice there. It's a little bit different than like a barrel char, so it's not quite as bitter, as like a charred barrel. So it is coming from that age, which I think is like awesome that you can really pick up on that flavor profile coming from this. Again, this was distillery only when, or at least Kentucky only when I picked it up. I paid $50 for this. I really did it just because I had heard so many people tell me about how good this bottle was. If you're in Kentucky, you got to buy it. And it took me, 3 years of going there before I actually finally bit the bullet and bought one of these suckers because I was always thinking it's 86 proof. I don't really drink anything of that low proof. Yeah, I know the sour mash, the Michter sour mash is that low, but I just don't really gravitate towards bottle like that low of a proof. But I really do like this bottle. I think it's like pretty solid. Probably wouldn't pay $50 for this again. Glad I have it. I've been able to share it with a few people that have come over to my house, and they've enjoyed it too. Like they asked me, they're newer to whiskey, so like they're like, I just want something like low proof and sweet, and I think that this is a perfect bottle if that's something that you're looking for. Low proof, sweet, and you're getting a decent amount of like oak spice there. So like I think it's decently complex. Like if you're in the market for like a Buffalo Trace, that's just so much, cherry and like vanilla caramel forward. And this is not quite as sweet as that because you get so much of the yolk. But I do think that this is a pretty solid bottle. When I've seen it online, it's pretty widely available now for like that $39.99. So again, pretty pissed that I spent $50 on it. But, hey, got it in here, able to bring you guys a review. Do think it's good. I just wouldn't spend $50 on this one again. Back in the day when you used to be able to get this for like $25, I think this is a great buy. But in that $50 price point, I think there are just a lot of other better options. Especially the Bottle and Bond. Can't really beat that bottle. Granted, it's only, 5 years old-ish. This is 7, $50, $20. I'd choose the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond all day over this, but I am glad I have it on my shelf, and it will have a place for sharing with friends. Anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you have, would you please consider giving me a like? Would you please consider subscribing? And as always, my name's Tanner. This is Neat Bourbon. And pop the bottles and share the pours, and we'll see you in the next one.